So today we're going to talk about the signs that your twin flame loves you, even if they don't want to admit it. And eventually they will. Eventually they will if you're doing this right. Yeah. I remember, man. Okay, so I met my twin flame, right? Obviously. And it's all perfect. It's all amazing for like the first usually 4 to 8 weeks. Doesn't last for very long for most people. And then eventually they dump you for no reason, or they ghost you, or they put you in the friend zone or something, right? And you crash like never before. It's just the most desperate situation you've ever been in. There's all the obsessive thinking. It's so weird, man. Oh, man, it's so weird. Because this isn't normal. Like, you've been through breakups before, right? And you didn't react like this. What the hell? It's a lot, guys. You know this isn't normal. It's not normal for you to react like this, right? Now, once I figured out what was going on, it occurred to me how to get her to come back, right? And so I started, well, obviously you talk about that, but I started to do that and it worked. It worked. And it didn't take very long before to even come back with like a full-blown love confession. And there was like a really nice love letter that she wrote me. I still have it. And she said in there, like, I can't stop thinking about you, right? I just want to be around you. She was like all in love with me all of a sudden again. And yeah, I didn't have to talk it out with her. I didn't have to, nothing. It's all in here, guys. What's everybody say about twin flames? They're the same soul, right? Everybody says it. Now, everybody's going to give you a different explanation about what to do to get your twin flame to come back, right? Don't you think that's kind of weird? Like, there's like, seriously, 750 different ideas out there on the internet about how to get your twin flame to come back, but everybody agrees that twin flames are the same soul. Well, how can that be? Just think about this for a second. If we all agree what twin flames are, what's the problem? Guys, they are you. Your twin flame is you, right? That's how I got her to come back and stay. We're good, guys. And I've helped a lot of people too. I'm the world's #1 twin flame coach. I've coached over 7,000 people. I got a whole playlist. You go check it out for yourself, man. It's called Twin Flame Success Stories. People I've interviewed, they're married to their twin flame. People that leave comments all over my social media all the time. Kurt, we're getting married. We're together, right? It really isn't that hard, actually. The internet is making it really damn hard, though. But it's the internet. You know, I'm not bashing anybody or anything, but it's like that, you know. Any topic, man. Could be talking about diet, exercise, investing, politics. There's one people want to fight about and argue about, right? You know, twin flames, it's not going to be any different. So that's kind of the setup. There is something that you can do to get your twin flame to come back. And we'll talk about that kind of at the end. But first, let's talk about like indicators, because you want to know what the signs are. And here's the thing, guys. It's all stuff that's happening to you. And it's pretty cool. Some of the stuff that happens to you. This isn't soulmates, guys. This is your soul. So you're going to have some incredibly paranormal experiences. You're not going to have to ask if it's one of the signs. When it happens to you, you're going to go, this is it. You're going to know it. It's going to be so obvious to you. Stuff like Kundalini, for example. And every time I explain Kundalini, people start adding stuff. And they go, is that Kundalini? So don't do that, right? Don't do that. People, they want to be able to say that they're making some kind of progress and that their twin flame is going to come back. And so they go, oh, well, I had a headache. That was Kundalini. That's not Kundalini, dude. They're just trying to like convince themselves that their twin flame is coming back. That's why they do that. You don't need to do that, guys. No, legit Kundalini, you're not going to have to ask me. And you're not going to have to add shit to the list either. Kundalini is a very well-defined experience. It's not my definition. And again, the internet, it really isn't helping with that one either. There's all kinds of shit level information about about spiritualism on the internet too. I don't get it, guys. Like one time I looked at this, somebody sent me this list of ascension symptoms, and it was like half of, 2/3 of it actually was stuff like nausea and cramps and headaches and stiffness in your neck. And go to the doctor, dude. Stop adding stuff to the list. No spiritual master is ever going to tell you that any of that stuff is an ascension symptom. Right? Buddha, Jesus, Yogananda, Eckhart Tolle, right? The big names. Ram Dass, the big names in spiritualism. They're going to be like, no, dude. That's not it. Stop adding stuff to the list. Stop trying to make this into an identity, a personality type. That's what they're doing. So Kundalini is this experience where you feel like you're being pulled up into the sky. It's like anti-gravity, right? You're going to know it when it happens. It's like there's this big elastic band attached to your whole body. And it's like this force is like pulling you. And you feel it surging through your body. And it doesn't hurt. None of these ascension symptoms should hurt ever. If it hurts, it's not an ascension symptom, guys. Right? And again, even the internet is going to make shit up about Kundalini. I looked it up a couple of weeks ago and I was like, Jesus Christ. Go to the library and get an old book. Like an old one from the 1970s or something about Kundalini. Okay? Go do that. Again, it's the internet, guys. People can say anything they want to say on the internet. It's a crazy place. That's why I just made a video about this not that long ago called Why Twin Flames Are Confusing. And I talked about, there's a theory called the dead internet theory, which posits that it's being done on purpose. I don't think it needs to be done on purpose, you guys. I think you just need to let people do whatever they want, and that's exactly what they'll do. That's how the internet got where it is today, guys. It's like almost useless, the internet. You can't even hardly use it anymore now. And Google, the Google AI, if you type something in, all it's doing is pulling the same erroneous information up from the whole internet that people are putting on there and regurgitating it. It's not very good. Or like if you type twin flames in and look to see what the Google AI says about it, you're going to be like, oh my God. Because most of it's not even stuff that you're experiencing. Anyway, so that's kind of the first one, is this Kundalini. You could feel like, oh, here's another one. And it's usually only about half of you guys. So if you don't get Kundalini is like 80%. So 20% of you might not get that. 50% of you aren't going to get this one either. And that's the Kundalini feeling, but it's like going towards them. And I mean, you have to physically be present with your twin flame. Don't make shit up, guys. Don't do that. That's a really bad habit to get into. Like if you feel you're being pulled from the front of your body and your twin flame is in another town somewhere else, don't go, oh, it must be going towards them. Don't do that. Be really sure. But this happens. This happens about half the people. They'll be right there with their twin flame and they feel this force. It's like this force field pulling at your twin flame. It's so weird. And then your twin flame, if you ask them about it, they might even say, yeah, I felt something pushing onto me. Right, that's the twin flame push-pull. By the way, that's why they run. My twin flame experienced this too. And when it happened, she knew it was happening. And then she didn't say anything about it until like 3 weeks later. And I was like, why didn't you say something about that? Don't you think that's kind of weird? But she was in runner mode at the time. If this is happening, they're probably still kind of friend zoning you a little bit, right? But it's mechanics, guys. Why they run. It's mechanics. And if you want to learn more about that, just go watch my video. It's called What Are Twin Flames? I'll link it down below for you. There's also my Twin Flame Science playlist. This is real, guys. There is a real explanation for this stuff. It's not just some made-up fantasy thing. But again, the internet, it doesn't help. And I'm not sorry, guys. I'm not sorry if it sounds like I'm like bashing the internet. Well, I mean, I'm just telling it like it is, man. I'm not sorry. I'm not gonna give you comforting lies, you guys. Do you want comforting lies? Or do you want the truth? Right? But this is good news. This is good news. It means there is a rational explanation. So go check out my Twin Flame Science playlist. Okay, here's the next kind of sign. Experiences of oneness, like a deeper connection with God, like merging with a higher power, God, the universe, whatever, right? You have this experience of oneness, and you're not going to understand it. Even if I explain it to you, you're going to go, I don't understand. Right. It's beyond mind, guys. The mortal mind is feeble. You guys don't understand like how little of a speck, maybe you do, but a little of a speck you are on the face of the universe. There is a higher mind, okay? And it's so refined that it really just feels like almost pure consciousness, right? This higher mind, the mind of God, okay? And I talk about this all the time. I'm not going to go too deep into this video, but even physics is starting to acknowledge that that could be a real thing. A lot of them are. Again, go look at my Twin Flame Science playlist. There's a video in there called How the Soul Works and Reincarnation too. And I show you all the scientists, big scientists, highly respected physicists, mathematicians, and researchers that are going to tell you, yeah, we think the universe is mind. But again, it's a higher mind, okay? And that's what I'm explaining to you right now is you're going to feel this kind of non-dual merging. Like, I know I am everything, and I don't know how I know that. It's almost like it's like deja vu or something, right? You know how when you get deja vu, it's this weird knowing, and you don't know how you know you've been here before? It's like that, only you're going to feel like you are all things. It's not, I'm connected to everything. It's just, there's one thing. And I am that. Okay? And they call this, you ready for this? They call it union in the Zen traditions. I kid you not. So, twin flames, somebody took those words, and I'm thinking it happened like back in the 1950s. It's my best educated guess. You know, I've been at this for a long time. I've coached over 7,000 twin flames. This is what I do for a living, guys. This is my whole world. And I've read all kinds of books and stuff. The earliest reference I could find on paper was the 1960s, which means the information had to be there before that. So I'm thinking the 1950s. And the teachings of separation and union are speaking of the mind and of the soul. So in the Zen traditions, not twin flames, the Zen traditions, real spiritualism, Not the hoity-toity, woo-woo, pop culture, new age stuff on the internet. Not that stuff, guys. Real spiritualism, which is, again, where you're going to be having psychic experiences. So in other words, not some made-up shit, right? Not the voices in your head. Like, you get information through your heart, this knowing, it like stops you in your tracks and you're like, whoa, I know that my twin flame is going to come back in 2 weeks. And I don't know how I know that. And it's powerful. It like overtakes you. It's this intense knowing. Just, it grips you. It's really cool. And then 2 weeks later, she does come back. That actually happened to me one time. And ever since then, I've had hundreds of these intuitive experiences, and they always come true. It's legit psychic ability. Not some made up shit on the internet. Not the voices in your head, okay? I keep a journal. I tell my coaching students, write it down, dude. This is real, you guys. This and again, good news, you can explain this stuff scientifically these days. We don't have to rely on like mystery to explain it, okay? So I guess there's another sign that your twin flame loves you, or at minimum is thinking about you. They're going to reach out pretty soon. They should at least be like warming up a little bit, like the temperature is coming up a little bit, like maybe they're not so ice cold anymore, right? You're going to be having all of these psychic experiences, real psychic experiences, and they are fucking cool as hell, you guys. Well, anyway, back to this. So never mind Buddhism, that's a religion. It could have been Zen spiritualism, right? But the thing about those traditions, the Zen traditions, is they describe the mind as separation and the soul as union. So remember, you'll see me talking about this all the time in my videos. The twin flame push-pull, it's all mental. It's all the mind. It's metaphysical energy. It's not the soul. The soul is like this little cloud. That's what that's supposed to be, right? But these arrows, these jagged arrows, okay? And there's even physical law that can explain this too. It's called the second law of thermodynamics, which is like having to do with entropy and like energy displacement and stuff like that. That's why your twin flame is running, guys. It's mechanics. Go check out my What Are Twin Flames video. Go check out my Twin Flame Science playlist. This is real, guys. You're not crazy. You might feel kind of crazy right now, right? The whole dark night of the soul and the obsessive thinking. And I was there, guys. I just made a video about that. It was the last coaching video I posted. It's called Why Twin Flames Can't Stop Thinking About Each Other. And I talked about why the obsessive thinking happens. There's a mechanics reason for it, right? Well, anyway, guys, so union, again, is that experience of oneness. That's what spiritual teachers have always been talking about before twin flames came along, before the 1950s. They would describe the mind as separation and this experience of whoever you are beyond the mind, whatever that is, the spiritual being that you are, they would describe that as union or unity, right? And it makes sense that in the probably the 50s, somebody who was on having a twin flame experience, they said, I gotta use the Zen teachings to do it. And then the internet came along later, decades later, and took the words, and now everybody thinks it's a relationship status. That's always what the internet does, guys. It mixes all the information up. Okay, so repeating number patterns, 1111, 222, 333, 444, 111, 1111, 1111, 144, 222 again, just all day. It's like they're following you around. You're not like looking for them. They're happening a lot more than usual. Well, it's because your consciousness is increasing, guys. Your consciousness is exploding. This is your spiritual awakening, right? You met your spirit in another body. You guys are the same soul, right? There you go. There you go, guys. So that energy of consciousness reverberates off the universe, and it's talking to you. It's God, essentially, talking to you. So you acknowledge God with your consciousness, and it'll talk back to you. That's what that is. So again, this is a highly paranormal experience. And it's right around this time that you start having some of these types of experiences that we've been talking about. You should hear from your twin flame, guys. You might even get that love letter. Now, let's talk about tips, things that you can do, some advice, things that you can do to speed it up. First thing, you got to let go of the twin flame myths. That's the first thing, guys. You cannot fly if you have a dead elephant on your back. This isn't soulmates, guys, and it doesn't work anything like what the internet says it does. There's a reason I'm number one. It's because I'm doing things radically different than the way everybody else is doing them. That's why I'm getting radically different results with my students. So go to my True Twin Flame Teachings playlist and look for my video called Twin Flame Myths. Again, the playlist is called The True Twin Flame Teachings. Go watch the video, Twin Flame Myths. Number 2, stop chasing your twin flame. Stop today. And that especially includes laying in bed at night and pining for them and thinking about them and sending them love. And oh, I miss them so much and I love them so much. Yeah, you got to stop. You got to stop doing that, guys. That energy travels to them and pushes them away. You got to go in here, you guys. And this is number 3. Take the whole twin flame frenzy and replace it with genuine spiritualism. You can start by reading this book. You can also read this one and meditate. Meditate a lot. That's what you got to do. You got to align with your soul, guys. You got to do soul stuff. That's how you get your soul back. All right, see you later.